What is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 78 of Diggity Podcast. I'm Jeff James. As always, with me is the incredible, unobtainable, luscious Brody Fultz. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, buddy. How about yourself?
Good, dude. It's been a wild couple of days with the coverage of everything and live streaming things, and doing react videos to things, and now this mega massive podcast. I have no idea how long this is going to be. I can only assume it's going to be absurdly long, but hey, we'll roll with it and we'll see what happens. What's your guesstimate on this, actually?
I have absolutely no clue. It's gonna be a little bit of a ride. This is gonna be like a giant bombcast at this point. It's gonna be huge.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it's gonna be a solid probably 2 hours. I'm gonna guess.
Think so?
I'm guessing 2 hours on this, dude. There's a lot of stuff.
There is a lot. I could see that. We probably could have split it into two, but we're just gonna keep it in one.
Hell yeah, we are.
Listen to it in part. Sorry.
Hell yeah, we can. This might take you all week to listen to it on your commute to and from work, but I don't care. Whatever. What I do care about, following us on Instagram and Twitter at Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. YouTube channel name is Diggity. That's Diggity. So go check that out. And subscribe to the podcast if you're listening to the first time, whether it's adding us or hitting the little plus icon or hitting subscribe, because no one uses a universal button anymore. Whether you're listening on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever, you can subscribe to our show and then be notified when a new one pops up, which is twice a week. Twice a week. Most people just do once a week. We're fucking crazy. Do you want me to start off, dude, or do you want to take off take on the first piece?
I'll give your vocal cords a little break here, and I'll take the first one here.
All right.
So on Saturday, we started off E3, not officially E3, but still basically E3, with the EA Play, which this was kind of a different layout. It was not really a formal conference by any means, but it's just kind of diving into games a little bit more in depth and a few announcements here and there. So we took some highlights from it and basically the big announcements that they made, if they could be called big announcements. And so the first one that we got was obviously the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order gameplay reveal, which was
hell yes, pretty cool.
The only thing I worry about here, you know what? Let's burn through them all, and then we'll circle back and talk about whatever we want to talk about. So the next one was Apex Legends Season 2, which introduced a ranked mode, a new character named Watson, had some sort of electrical abilities, and some new guns. The next one that we got was Battlefield 5 new maps and locations that they're working on and hopefully getting ready to launch here soon. Volta Football is being added to FIFA, which this is like a street soccer game mode. Kind of cool. Madden NFL 20 is ditching long shot story mode and turning to a face of the franchise mode, which is like a QB simulator type deal. And then the last one was Sims 4 Island Living Expansion. I am surprised Sims 4 is still going.
Oh, dude, they make so much money.
It's insane.
Let's start with just quick, because EA Play was kind of quick for us anyways. But Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order gameplay reveal. Were you happy? Were you satisfied with it? Do you have a lot of questions? Do you not have any questions? Are you hyped?
I am here for it. I don't know. To me,
I am here.
What the
hell does that mean?
I'm here for it. I don't know.
I am here.
So to me, the thing that concerns me about this is that it's going to be just another like the Force Unleashed that they released back, freaking 2010, maybe the second one. But anyway, it's been a while. There wasn't a whole lot in the gameplay that kind of blew my mind. It kind of seemed pretty straightforward. Nothing that really caught my attention, I guess. To me, it just kind of seemed very much yeah, just hack and slash and just kind of roll through. I'm still interested in the game because I really like the actor that got to play the main character. I think he does a fantastic job in everything he's in. But yeah, overall for the gameplay reveal, it was just kind of, I don't know, something about it didn't quite hype me up by any means, but yeah, I'm still remotely interested. Well, I'm still paying attention to it. It's not off my radar. So
Right. Yeah. For me, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Where basically my thought on it was, I don't think they went into too much of like the lightsaber and just customization. If there is any, I just basically took it as I'm running through a somewhat open map or open world, and I'm hacking and slashing.
Yeah, it seemed very,
which is fine. I mean, it's cool.
and I'm okay with that. Yeah, and that's fine. But
yeah, and I've heard a lot of people complaining. And I think I mentioned this to you, but a lot of people are complaining that the lightsaber doesn't cut people in half. I don't really give a shit. Like, honestly, I don't care.
No,
like the way that they effectively did it is fine. I mean, you see like the body like singed and like, bright red.
Yeah,
in the area that you hacked them with the lightsaber. It's to get a teen rating instead of an M.
Yeah, it sounds like they need to go play Doom if that's what they're looking for. Because
holy hell, yeah, we'll get into that. That was wild.
Star Wars games have never really been over the top violent by any means. They're just very much like you said, you see like a little burn mark or something like that. And even the movies don't get all that graphic. I mean, they kind of do, but nothing too crazy, nothing that's grotesque or anything like that.
Right.
So I'm not sure what they really thought was going to happen if we were going to cut people in half and it was just going to be gory as hell and, full on Doom. But
Star Wars has never been like that anyway.
Exactly.
Look how Obi-Wan died, bro.
Right.
he turned into a pile of dirty laundry, bro. He didn't even like there was no dirty laundry and smoke.
Yeah, like, that's never been their thing. So I'm not really all that surprised about that.
Wild. All right, Apex Legends Season 2. I mean, it was cool. There's a new character, new guns. Thought overall great.
That's about where I'm at. More content for that game is better. That's the biggest problem is people were complaining about how the Season 1 rewards just didn't seem rewarding, and obviously more characters and more guns, it's more content, more things for people to get their hands on. People are going to be excited about it. We don't play a ton of Apex. We play a little bit here and there, so cool. I mean, good for people that are adamant about playing the game.
Yeah.
Battlefield 5, new maps and locations. Where do you stand on that?
Don't care.
Don't care.
I'm done with that game.
Too late. It's just too late.
They waited. It didn't capture me. Like me and Craig don't play it.
No, and we played a lot there at the beginning.
Yes,
there was so many problems with the game, and there was no new content coming, and it was just such a slow flow.
Other things take our attention, and I mean that's that. Maybe I'll dive in for the map, but the maps that they showed off they weren't anything that was like, oh my god, I gotta, I have to play it,
right?
And their battle royale mode's fallen flat. So for me, it's just kind of a meh, not a assholey like meh, just I'm all right.
Yeah. Madden, or sorry, the Volta football being added to FIFA.
Yeah, I don't play FIFA.
I don't play FIFA
Street
either.
Soccer's cool. That's awesome. Great.
Yeah. It kind of goes back to some of the things we wanted to see come back, see some street soccer, see some stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of in the same realm, but not really. I also just don't play FIFA. So Madden NFL 20 ditching the long shot mode for the face of the franchise mode.
I guess cool. I mean, I play Madden. I go on like a Madden kick when football starts, and then it lasts like a month, and then I'm done.
Yeah,
because sometimes just some crazy shit happens in Madden. You're like, all right, I don't know how I lost that game. Somehow, Andrew Luck just threw that ball, 80 yards.
Right. Just whipped it. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't play. I don't have time to invest into the like build a franchise mode or the story modes or anything.
Right.
And man, usually it's like a pickup game here or there, and
Exhibition,
that's about it, right?
You know what they missed out on is a lot of people were hoping that they were going to show off like an NCAA game, a college football game.
Yeah,
and
I
thought we were going to see that in the trailer because they show you coming from basically this is you coming from the college team and you're like the star fucking person and you're going to be the new face of the franchise. AKA why it's called that, and you got to live up to your hype essentially. So,
yeah,
instead of the long shot story mode, which is like you're playing high school football and then you play college football and then you get into NFL, it's just straight from basically the draft. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty much every sports game does it like that, anyways.
Yeah, I think the main thing was that it focused pretty much solely on QBs, didn't it?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So I mean that's kind of unfortunate. I don't know. A lot of people like to play the other positions. I mean, running back was always a big one. And things like that. Kicker. Yeah. That's what I always played. Put me in as the punter, please.
90 hours of kicking before you make your NFL draft. Good God. Sims 4. Hey, The Sims. It makes a shit ton of money for them, and the Sims 4 is still a thing.
Yep. And the people that play Sims are, I'm sure, excited about it. Again, I don't play Sims, so...
But good for you.
I have no valuable input on it.
All right. There's so much stuff in the Xbox briefing. I'm not going to go through all of them at one shot. I'm going to go one by one, and just some of these are going to be super quick. So The Outer Worlds is coming October 25th. We didn't get that much of a look into it. Still pretty mysterious to me. It looks cool. I mean, art style is neat.
This was kind of a different trailer than what we've gotten so far because it didn't have any of the kind of quirkiness and like joking around that we've seen in some of the other trailers, almost Borderland-esque. But this was more of like a lay of the land and kind of showing you what the environment looked like. A little bit more, I guess, serious tone just because there wasn't really much conversation in it. So I'm still excited for the game, but I don't think this trailer really added anything to that level of excitement or took anything away. I mean, it was just kind of...
It was just there. More. Yeah, it was just there. More Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was shown. So,
same as before.
Same as before. Bleeding Edge, which is Ninja Theory's Overwatch / Battleborn-esque clone. Super cloney. Like, there's a lot of characters in there that look a lot like Overwatch characters.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if there's really room in that genre for another competitor.
I don't think so at all. I mean, Battleborn got fucking destroyed.
Yeah, I don't really think this is what people expected from Ninja Theory either. It's just not generally the kind of game that they make. So this was kind of one of those out of left field kind of things that, okay, I guess,
Yeah. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is now coming February 11th, 2020. Looked absolutely stunning. Big announcement, Minecraft Dungeons. This brings a lot of multiplayer stuff, co-op, and that's coming spring 2020. How'd you feel about that? I don't think it's too much of... I would have liked to see that studio do something completely different. Throw away the Minecraft IP. I get why they're doing it because it's going to make a shit ton of money. With that IP, with Minecraft, you're going to get a bunch of people moving over to it. But, I mean, I don't know. I would have liked to have seen their skills on something else. The game looks neat, looks cool. Kind of interesting that they announced it already, and it's coming like spring 2020, which is a little...
And this isn't even the first time we've seen it. I mean, we've seen it before this as well, and it's just kind of...
It's kind of there.
It's awfully early, I guess. I mean, we see a lot of things that are coming spring 2020 right now, but this is just kind of one of those games that it's not nearly as large. It's not, Cyberpunk or anything like that.
Right.
So it doesn't carry the same weight. But then again, it is Minecraft, and I mean, people eat Minecraft up. They absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah, they love it. Yeah. They showed some Cyberpunk 2077, the trailer there, which is great. And Keanu Reeves made a incredible display appearing on the E3 stage, the Xbox stage. People, I mean, obviously the one guy yelled that he was beautiful or breathtaking. Sorry, he was breathtaking.
Yeah.
Here's my problem this year. People in the crowd, stop fucking yelling stuff.
Yeah.
Well, people
that was a big issue.
If you want to be like, woo, woo, oh my gosh, that's fine. But like people were yelling like, show us, blah blah blah, show this, do that, blah blah, and it's like, God, just stop. Like,
Yeah.
just let people
The Bethesda one
do
was
their
the
friggin' thing.
worst too.
Yes, it
It was
was.
10 times worth it. Worse
Yeah.
at Bethesda.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077, awesome trailer that was shown. Release date April 16th, 2020. So still quite a ways away. Looked incredible.
I am so excited for this game. It looks incredible.
Yes.
And what we saw, I mean, we didn't see any gameplay still, which, okay, that's fine. I didn't really expect any. I bet at the Game Awards we'll see some gameplay maybe, but I assume that everything we saw looked like it was a in-game trailer, or not an in-game trailer, sorry, an in-game cinematic. So it looked like a cinematic from probably somewhat early in the game, maybe middle of the game even.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks so good, and I cannot wait to see what we get out of this game, and cannot wait to see more. And Keanu Reeves is fucking awesome. So
yeah, so stoked. Microsoft Flight Simulator was shown at this Xbox briefing. I was stoked for that. I played Microsoft Flight Simulator so much as a kid with my brother. Used to, fly from different airports to other airports all the time and land successfully, and then sometimes not successfully at all. But it looked incredible. It looked beautiful. It uses Azure AI to pull map data from, I'm assuming, Bing Maps, and create 3D composed models to then place on top. So like they had like stadiums and landmarks and everything in there, as well as very highly detailed satellite footage and photos on the ground. I mean, it just looks beautiful. I think it's going to do bonkers for them, just because people have gotten so much more into these simulation games. And I think bringing this back is going to be awesome. Your thoughts on it? You just kind of like, whatever, meh.
It's not for me, but
yeah,
I'm not a simulator kind of guy. So
right.
I didn't expect it to be for me, but it looks gorgeous. I mean, the actual footage that we saw of it is just incredible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Looks incredible. So good.
And that's going to be for PC and Xbox One, which is awesome. Battletoads was shown, and more than just a logo.
We saw gameplay.
It was what, 3 years ago now, or 2 years ago, that we got just a little logo. And then we got a logo with like some music and like a spark or two on it. And then this one showed a trailer that I was not expecting that art style for them. I mean, I don't know what I was kind of expecting, but I don't think it's bad. I just was not expecting that style from them. It looked good. It looked fun. It looked nice and crisp and bright. And I'm excited. I'm totally excited for it. No release date on that.
I think the art style has even changed while it's been in development, because the last time we saw Battletoads, they did show off one of the toads.
Yeah,
and
just on a motorcycle.
It looked very
a lot more pixely.
Yeah, it looked very different. So they definitely must have changed that at some point. It looks good. I mean, it's not a game that I'm excited for personally, because I never got into the first one. So it, to me, whatever, but I know a lot of people are excited for it, and it looks good. Looks exactly like what people are hoping for.
Yeah. A Blair Witch game was announced, which is coming out on August 30th. That's a big nope for me. Not because I don't like the game. I'm not a fan of horror games.
It looked good, but again, I'm not a horror guy either.
Maybe we do a horror game let's play or something like that around October. Oh my gosh.
Like, so the internet can make fun of us. Great.
God. Like you shut the lights off or whatever, and you have like super good headphones on and everything, and you're just playing the game. You just like freak out.
You think I yell obscenities at Cuphead? Just watch me play a scary game.
Yes. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was shown as well, and that's coming sometime in 2020. Big one here is Borderlands. So there's a new trailer for Borderlands 3. They showcased new DLC for Borderlands 2. And they showed new DLC for Borderlands 3. And then is it for Borderlands 2?
For Borderlands 2.
Yeah. Was it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was for 3.
No.
Oh, okay. New DLC for Borderlands 2. And it's free to those who already own the Handsome Collection or Borderlands 2, which is also great because Borderlands 2 or the Handsome Collection has come to Game Pass now. So as long as you download that Handsome Collection, you can get that new DLC.
And if you play on PlayStation, it is the free game of the month right now. But yeah, the whole point of this DLC is supposed to be like a little bit of a prequel. Yeah, it's supposed to tie in and get everybody kind of ready and set the stage for I was reading ahead for Borderlands 3. So that was the big thing there, is just to kind of get everybody on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, did this still hype you up more for Borderlands?
Even
more?
Yeah, yes. I actually almost immediately after I went and downloaded the DLC. Once we got done streaming and everything for the night, I went straight to the Xbox store and downloaded it. So
yeah, I'm stoked. I'm so stoked for Borderlands. We'll have to do a Let's Play or something like that.
Absolutely.
Leading up to number 3. State of Decay 2 is getting a DLC pack called Heartland, which is available now. State of Decay 2, just not into it, man. Not into zombie stuff. Not into
survival.
Not into it.
Yeah, I don't do survival games, and I don't do zombie games, so I'm gonna pass on that. But
yep. Spiritfarer has houseboats and deer. That's what we took away from it.
That was just supposed to be a reminder which game that was for you. I didn't know you were going to read it.
Well, that's what I think of it too.
Houseboats
and deer that ram vending machines,
and you hug a deer lady thing, and she dies or disappears or something. I don't know.
Yeah. The Legend of Right. This is where we're getting to like ID to Xbox stuff, but the Legend of Right, which is some sort of weird sketchbook game that was showcased, where it's like take like Yoshi's Crafted World and like a Paper Mario and put those together. And those two art styles come together in a 3D environment that's kind of weird.
And I don't really understand what the actual gameplay is. I don't know. I looked like a party mode of a melody of things to like almost like a WarioWare to me.
Yeah, I could be totally fucking wrong, but that's what it looked like. We got a Wasteland 3 trailer, so that's that. And there's a Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga was shown off as well, which is awesome. Yeah, super stoked for that. Every single movie, all 9 movies, will be in this thing, dude.
Yeah.
I am so pumped.
Yeah, this is awesome. I think I already own most of them because my kids absolutely love them. But yeah, this is fantastic.
Annapurna showed off 12 Minutes, which is a very interesting game for both of us that both totally caught our eye. It's kind of a Groundhog's Day-esque kind of feel to it, in which basically you have to relive 12 minutes. And work within 12-minute increments within the game to figure things out. It was just really super, 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 super cool. Just the trailer and how it worked out. Go check that out, guys. You had Double Fine getting bought up by Xbox Game Studios. So they've now officially acquired Double Fine Productions, which is good. That's great. Psychonauts 2 trailer was also shown during that time. Psychonauts 2 is pretty crazy, as it should be, and it looks good. I'm excited for it. Excited to learn more about it.
That will not be an Xbox exclusive, by the way. They have confirmed that will. They had prior arrangements, obviously, before Xbox picked them up. So it will be coming to all platforms or whatever platforms they.
But it will be coming to Game Pass day one,
right? Which
is huge. And I'm almost positive anything going forward, I bet you, is just going to Xbox. Forza Horizon 4 got a Lego DLC expansion. This was a very interesting thing for us. I'm kind of torn on it. I think it's cool, but at the same time, I feel like it's too childish. Not for, I don't mean that in a rude way. I just mean like, I don't know. I mean, you're going to get like little kids on there now. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
that's my worry.
Yeah, but at the same time, they did the Hot Wheels one on Forza Horizon 3, and that went well. I mean, people loved it.
People love this.
I get what you're saying. It is kind of.
I'm just worried.
It's almost unnerving to watch a real car drive through a Lego world. It seems weird and off, and something's not right.
I know. I'm McLaren of all things too.
I'm actually kind of excited for this. I haven't played
I'm excited
Forza Horizon 4.
I'm just worried about the repercussions of bringing Lego now to this game. That's my only worry.
If it does,
it may not even be a worry.
If it does bring in a bunch of kids, they won't stay long because Forza's not really
They'll get shit on.
It's not a forgiving racing game. It's not Need for Speed or something along those lines. Like it's you still got to be pretty much on it.
Get wrecked, kids.
But I thought it looked cool. I'm pretty pumped for it. Really, I'll jump back into Forza.
Oh, I'm pumped. Yeah. We got a showing of Way to the Woods. That was pretty cool. Dying Light 2. We had a quick trailer for that, and that's launching spring 2020. Tales of Arise is coming from Bandai Namco, and it's the newest entry in the Tales series. And there was a montage of a shit ton of games that are coming to Game Pass day one. So as soon as they launch, they're coming to Game Pass. Game Pass, man, after this whole thing, we'll jump into that stuff after. xCloud was kind of talked about, kind of shown. Remote play is basically starting in October. It'll be free for the month of October. We don't know how long that'll continue, but it'll be free.
Real quickly, you skipped over Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition.
Shoot. Yeah, so Age of Empires
wanted to touch on that real quick. Yeah,
edition was shown,
which is remake, and it looks good.
It looks really good. Still kind of keeps the old school style, but a little bit more
updated,
higher def and updated.
The xCloud thing was weird. The way they depicted it and the way they kind of showed it is not what we expected from xCloud. This kind of made it seem like you can only stream from your Xbox basically and to a phone. So it was kind of weird. Like you had to be on the same
little test.
Well, yeah. It's just basically remote play, so you can play on your phone if you're on the same network kind of. So it's not what we fully expect from xCloud or what we think we will get in the end here, but it is the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, and we'll keep you guys in the loop as to when you can get going and use that for free. We'll let you know on the podcast. The Elite Controller Series 2 is shown, which is fantastic. Xbox nailed this out of the park, I thought, hardware-wise. It is everything that is great about the Elite Controller now, and then just the things that people had written in about and asked for, and that's it. Nothing crazy, nothing else that was insane. Just things such as better rubber grips that wrap around to the front of it now. There's a rechargeable battery inside of it, which is fantastic, which you can charge through either the cable to your Xbox or dock it within the case. And then on top of that, too, you can tension the analog sticks, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty sweet. And a little bit more customization in terms of the height. I think there's one more level of height in the analog sticks that you can put on there as well, which is great because I think some people found some too short and some too tall, and they kind of wanted a decent mid-ground in there. And 3 profiles instead of 2 profiles, and easier to see what profile you're on. So great. Good job, Xbox. You killed it on that for sure.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to upgrade because it's not quite enough to make me upgrade. But if you don't have one, like this is awesome. The improvements that they have made look like they're absolutely just incredible. The time will tell, though, I guess, because there is the issue of some of the Elite controllers breaking. So I hope internally they also fix some of the issues, like the bumpers breaking off and things like that. That was a big issue. As long as they got that stuff right as well, hell yeah, this is going to be an awesome controller.
Sweet. They showed off Sega's Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming to the West. This is an RPG game that has recently only been in Japan. It'll be coming to PC and Xbox One and will be free to play. And that launches spring 2020. Everyone was kind of confused because it's a game that no one's been able to have access to for the longest time. And the crowd, I felt, was kind of like, okay, cool.
After all of the Xbox briefing kind of has settled and things like that, I've seen a lot of people that are excited about it online.
Okay, well, that's good.
I think it was just kind of one of those things that the way it was introduced was a little weird. And then they jumped right into another game immediately after it with like no hesitation. So a lot of people are excited for it because a lot of people did play it on Japan servers actually with like a fan translation, and it was rough and hard to get through. So people are kind of excited to jump back in. The only thing I'm concerned about is how well it will run on the Xbox, because I know some of the MMOs and stuff that are out now, they don't run very well on the Xbox, or at least not the day one Xbox. I'm sure the Xbox One X runs it perfectly fine, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it runs on, the Xbox One and the Xbox One S, and the Xbox SAD.
Damn. Elden Ring was shown off with now 100% more George R.R. Martin. There was not much in the trailer that we could make out of this. It's just a complete hype trailer for now. No release date, nothing like that. Just that they're working on a game with George R.R. Martin, and that's cool. And a lot of people are going to buy that because people love Game of Thrones. Gears 5 was shown off, and it is launching September 10th. There's also a very random DLC pack that I am personally assuming that the movie studio paid a shit ton of money to have in, but it's a Terminator Dark Fate character pack in which you can be the Terminator. And
it's not even the only game that has Terminator DLC.
That's right.
That was like a theme for this shit.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. Gears Pop. Oh, go ahead.
Did that presentation do anything for you? Were you excited about that presentation?
That presentation was very weird for me. I thought the video was very cool, where you could see like she was thinking of all the different people and those heads were popping out to Billie Eilish. And then it was interesting to me, the
dive down into the stage to show a TV.
Down into the stage to see hoses and stuff like that wrapped over things, and then look at a TV. And then the trailer was cool. I mean, it brought back kind of like that badassery that's always been in Gears with the music and stuff like that. I felt like there could have been some like funny kind of nudge fun stuff in there as well, like jokes or something.
Right.
But there wasn't.
I feel like this game seems to be very serious. They're really going for almost like a mental illness type sort of feel, it seems like, with that Billie Eilish.
She's getting dementia or something like that, or she's losing her mind.
Yeah.
In some sense.
I would have liked to see some gameplay, because it is right around the corner and we have not really seen a whole lot of gameplay yet.
Nope.
But the trailer for that new game mode looked really cool. And we talked about it during our live stream, but it seems like they're really trying to get away from the over the top muscle headed player or characters, where they're trying to go back to, hey, he looks like he could be a real person and stuff like that.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah. Where's the fun in that? Where's the early 2000s in that?
What the hell? Speaking of Gears, they showed Gears Pop, which uses characters that are based off the infamous Pops that you can purchase at stores. The game is available for pre-register on Apple and Android. Game looks all right. Kind of fucking weird that they're doing it. I don't know.
It is bizarre.
It's
for sure
interesting. Everyone showed the mobile stuff this year, and we both have a problem with it. We both agree that we don't think it's the stage that you should be showcasing mobile things on. But whatever. And now it seems to be movies also, for some reason. Project Scarlet. We don't know what the name is yet. That's the project name. We're hoping they actually just kind of call it Scarlet, because that's a cool name, and not the Xbox 2. But this is Microsoft, and if there's one goddamn thing we know about naming conventions at Microsoft, it's fucking terrible.
The Xbox SAD is a great name.
When you've renamed your cloud storage software 4 fucking times, and only one of those times was because the company owned the name, there's a fucking problem.
Yeah, that's not good.
When you skip Microsoft or Windows 9 just fucking cuz, there's a fucking problem. Oh my god. So no hopes on that, but they showcased Project Scarlet in I thought, dude, that they were going to show more. I get that they're holding on to it because obviously we have a whole nother E3 because it's releasing holiday 2020. So we're probably going to see the unveiling and everything of it next E3, which is fine.
I hope we see it before then. I really do.
I feel like
it's hard to push pre-orders.
The box. They teased Scorpio more than this.
Yeah, it's hard to push pre-orders if you don't show it off until, 4 or 5 months before the console releases.
Get me hyped, bro. I mean, I guess they have those other events now, like the Mexico City one they had, but I don't know why they would waste it on that versus E3.
Right. I feel like E3 was the stage. This didn't really surprise me that we didn't see much. I was hoping for more, but this was about what I expected, honestly. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna have more. I totally thought they were gonna go into some more. I didn't think we are seeing a box, but I thought we'd maybe see like a tech demo. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's just all gray and just, here's how many polys we can fit on the screen. Here's how many blah, blah, blah. Here's our resolution. They went into it. I mean, it's going to have a solid state drive. It seems like they're also utilizing a solid state drive as RAM in addition to the RAM that they have, which is very interesting. It's going to be powered by an AMD processor. So I'm assuming it's going to be part of their Ryzen line that's going to be powered with probably their top of the line Ryzen, which is still cheap. It's only like $299 for like the top Ryzen, which is awesome.
From what we know about PlayStation 5 and what we know about Project Scarlet so far, they seem damn near identical.
Which is almost exactly the same. Are, bro.
I know.
Every year.
The only thing that's different is generally the operating system. And PlayStation always has kind of an interesting take on how they go about all that and how they make it 10 times harder for developers. But
I hope that that Sony changes that ship. We won't know. But anyways, releasing holiday 2020. As rumors come out, we'll let you know more about it. Basically, they just went into what it's going to be the most powerful console yet, of course. And no idea on price, nothing. No idea specifically when in holiday 2020, nothing. I mean, just it has a solid state drive and it uses some of that for RAM, and it's going to have 8K ability. Great. Very end of the show, Halo Infinite was shown. And that is going to be releasing alongside the new Xbox. So holiday 2020 is the release of Halo Infinite. It looked great. We don't think that was gameplay by any means. That was just a cutscene. Cutscene was cool. It was interesting. It seemed to have the notation that it was going back to the old school style, and that they had kind of admitted openly that they kind of fucked up on Halo 5, and that this is going to be getting back to that root of a solid Halo launch title with a new Xbox. So that's all the things. Why don't we give like a score, like not a 1 to 10, but like A+, A-, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? For these guys when they're done for E3. So mine is this. My highlights of it were the fact that there was Microsoft Flight Simulator. I did not fucking see that coming at all. Cyberpunk 2077 was awesome to see. I love seeing more of Battletoads. It was great to see more of Borderlands and see all the crazy additions coming to Game Pass, which just seems to make Game Pass more and more and more powerful and more worth it. I can't stress that enough. Really awesome that Double Fine got bought up by Xbox Game Studios. That's great that they're going to have solid revenue to be able to make some great kick-ass games going forward and probably be able to hire more people to get their games out faster. Really interesting to see Forza Horizon 4 Lego. Was totally kind of bummed out by xCloud not being shown off more and kind of in greater detail. It's very vanilla. Love the Elite Controller Series 2. Probably going to pick one up. Confused by Elden Ring. Gears 5 looks great in the cinematics that they show and how they show it. Fucking confused by Terminator. Project Scarlet, wish they showed it off. And Halo Infinite, I'm pumped. Overall, I would give this Xbox briefing, I give it a B.
So for me, my highlights were Cyberpunk 2077. Huge. Absolutely can't wait for that game. The Borderlands thing, I was pretty pumped about that. Definitely a great way to lead into the next game. 12 Minutes by Annapurna. That was one that I am really excited about. It's a really interesting concept and just a smaller indie game that surprisingly caught my attention. xCloud, I was pretty disappointed by, like you said. I wanted to see more, and I wanted to see something outside of remote play, because so far that is not really what has been talked about and what has been promised. So something a little bit beyond that would be great. I'm actually kind of excited for the Phantasy Star Online thing, because I've been on an MMO kick lately, and that's one I've always heard about but never been able to play because it's all in Japanese, and I don't know a lick of Japanese. Gears 5, yeah, Gears 5. I am excited for. I'm not sure anything they showed really changed how I felt about it. I'm just excited for it in general as a fan of the series. Project Scarlet, pretty disappointed, but at the same time, I kind of assumed that's how it was going to go. I was just hoping that we would get more. And Halo looks awesome. I like the return to the roots, the kind of get away from what Halo 5 was, and hopefully we see something really cool from that game. I would say overall, I'm going to give it a B-, actually. It was above average, but there wasn't anything outside of,
though.
Yes.
Because of the fact that we're fucking at the end of, you know, but announcements for new game for this console generation.
For me, the biggest things that, or most of my list of big things that I was excited about were from third-party studios. So, I mean, fair enough, as far as Microsoft in themselves, like, if Sony had been there, maybe Sony could have taken some of those and taken some of Xbox's hype there. But I think overall it was a good conference. I think what they showed was cool. But yeah, basically just not getting a real good look of what is to come for Xbox when they had this basically just, I mean, this was lobbed to them. They could have hit it out of the park and could have gone really, really big on this.
Yeah, but I think they're saving.
I think they played it very safe. I'm sure they have some sort of game plan, but
I bet you they're gonna have so many launch titles, dude, with this new system.
Yeah.
Holy
I'm
hell.
sure. I'm sure it's gonna be insane.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like 25 or 30 launch titles that are like solid, like AAAs.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Overall,
cool. You want to
fantastic.
Hit us with the Bethesda?
Yeah. So Bethesda's conference started out with kind of an apology, but not ever saying directly sorry. So
I saw that you put 3 pumps in an apology in the fucking show
just
notes.
For you.
Son of a bitch.
It started out with kind of this overarching, like, hey, we've been working on a lot. We've made a lot of big announcements, but not all of them panned out, right? But then they jumped into Fallout 76. They showed off some new DLC, quest lines from real NPCs, plus a battle royale, because that genre is pretty dry right now. You know, there's no competition there.
Your reaction when they said the battle royale, I look at you,
I died inside.
You say nothing, and you just go.
Just I don't. There's no reason for that. Nobody ever plays Fallout and they're like, you know what would be fun? Playing PvP, because the gunplay in this is incredible. God damn it. Anyway, the next thing they had was Elder Scrolls Blades. And actually, I tried to keep these in order the best I could, but I think they might have got jumbled up a little bit. That's so Elder Scrolls Blades, they announced it's coming to the Switch, and that's they are working on that and adding more eventually, and that they had some freebies for the people watching, and you had to be signed into Twitch and their Bethesda account, and I think you had to give them your social card and your birth certificate, a little bit of everything. Next thing we had was Ghostwire Tokyo, which is a new game from Tango Gameworks, which is generally known for horror games. This seems like it's more of a paranormal game with a touch of horror, but nothing over the top. Kind of showed people disappearing, and it looked really cool from what they showed. Yeah. I'm excited to see what we get from that. Elder Scrolls Online, they basically were celebrating the success of the game and how well it's been doing for them. They showed a new CG short movie, because it was like fucking 8 minutes long, for the newest expansion, Elsewhere. And they also announced a new dungeon called Scalebreaker, which is on its way, which Elsewhere just launched, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago. It wasn't very long. So this is cool. Celebrate it, sure. Commander Keen. This was the one that made everybody say, what the fuck? This is a new mobile game loosely based off of the original IP. I don't know why this was. It was weird. So there's a Wolfenstein VR game where it lets you take over. We'll come back to it. Wolfenstein VR game, which allows you to pilot Nazi mechs and turn them on other Nazi mechs.
Crazy.
Wolfenstein Youngblood. Sorry. Yeah. Which is a co-op Wolfenstein, and this looks fucking awesome. I'm excited for this, and this is actually coming sooner than what we expected. July 26th, 2019.
Yeah.
And then the next one they had was kind of out of nowhere, and nobody really expected this, but it was called Deathloop, and it was a new game from Arcane Studios, which is well known for Dishonored and Dishonored 2. And it puts you in the place of like two different assassins, and you're trying to kill each other to break a time loop that they're stuck in. So they think if they kill the other one, it will break that time loop and free them from it. So it's the trailer that they showed off for it is really cool. It was a really awesome trailer. That was one out of nowhere that I was extremely excited about. But we'll see more, I assume, very soon. They didn't give a release date. I imagine it's a ways out. Orion was the next thing that they talked about. This is actually streaming tech from Bethesda, specifically ID Software or id Software. Sorry. So it wasn't completely clear whether this is going to be completely rivaled up against, xCloud and Stadia, or if it's going to be something that is built into their games, because they kind of talked about it.
It's just built in. It's a layer within the SDK.
Right. That's kind of what I took it as.
Yeah. No, it was kind of confusing. It's just a layer within your game to help it work better with xCloud and other streaming shit.
Right. So this is supposed to help it run 20% faster per frame and 40% lower bandwidth. So fantastic. What they showed off. They brought one of their developers out on stage, and she was playing Doom 2016 on a phone, just pounding away at it. There was no, it looked perfect. There was no lag. I mean, everything looked great.
It's awesome.
And then last, they closed out with Doom Eternal, which was awesome. It was exactly what Doom fans wanted to see from Doom Eternal.
Just blood and guts and ridiculousness fucking everywhere.
Oh, it was just chaos, absolute chaos, and it was glorious. But that will be releasing November 22nd, 2019. And a fantastic way to close out their showing. It was great.
Yeah. All right. What's your score for Bethesda? What are your highlights and what's your score?
My highlights were Youngblood, because I wasn't sure I was going to be excited about that game, but I actually ended up being pretty excited about it by the end of their trailer. Deathloop was probably number one on my list from the Bethesda conference. That game looks so cool, and I'm excited to see what they do. Orion, I think that's a fantastic thing for streaming, especially with the route that games seem to be going. That is a vital part of what we're going to have to see from companies going forward. And Doom Eternal was definitely a big part of this conference, and something that looked exactly what I hoped to see from Doom Eternal. The mass chaos and just craziness all over the place, to the point where it's almost hard to track what's going on. It looked fantastic. How about you? Oh, sorry. My overall, I'm actually going to give them, I'd give Bethesda, I'd give them a B+ on this. I was pretty impressed with what they brought, because I went into it expecting to be let down and to not see anything I was excited for, and they really did surprise me.
For me, I had 3 highlights. So Deathloop is one of them. The game just looked stunning. Very cool premise. Orion, it's so cool to see them and id Software get into the technology behind that. If there's anyone that should be at the forefront of that for multiplayer stuff like this, it should definitely be Orion. Or sorry, it should be id Software based on Doom, obviously. And then Doom Eternal was my 3rd highlight. Gonna pick it up. Looks fucking fantastic. Looks incredible. So much stuff going on. I can't wait. And I will also give them a B+. I thought it was pretty solid. The fact that they came out and apologized for Fallout 76. And that was pretty much the whole notation for the entire show, is just, how much that people mean to them. Which I never really thought that they don't think that people,
No.
I just think that companies get astray once in a while from what they're doing and their shareholders and shit. Bastards. They push them to do dumb shit. So I think that's great. So B+ for me. Ubisoft, let's jump into that. So Ubisoft's Ubi E3, as they call it, is very interesting. A lot of confusing stuff out of this, dude, for me, honestly. So I'll just jump into it. They showcased Watch Dogs Legion at the start, which launches March 6th, 2020. This game's fucking awesome. Based on London, continues the Watch Dogs series of hacking. It seems to be a little bit more dark, and the premise is that basically you can hack anybody and bring anyone into your hacking group, basically.
I don't
within
think
them and invite them.
I don't think you hack them.
Well, you're like fucking
you recruit them,
manipulate them. Yeah, but he was manipulating situations. Like, he hacked shit to manipulate the situation.
Well, yeah,
to then find that person.
That's always been a long-running thing at Watch Dogs. But it sounded like you actually had to recruit each individual person
into DedSec,
and then you would have like your own mission for each person that you recruit. So
but there's a granny was showcased in this, where she's then a assassin, a longtime assassin. Or retired assassin, and you bring her into DedSec as, your assassin, which is awesome. Rainbow Six Quarantine, which is a new 3-player PvE, and that's launching in 2020. Completely fucking confused by this, because they said there's not going to be a sequel to Rainbow Six Siege. I get it. It's Rainbow Six Quarantine. Looked a lot like Siege.
Well,
not going to fucking lie, dude.
They did say that they want this to be basically a PvE version of Siege. So they don't want to take away from the multiplayer aspect and the thing that Siege does so well. They basically just wanted to make another game to go along with it for people that don't care for PvP and would rather play PvE. They actually did say they want this to be the Siege of PvE. So, which
is great. Hopefully they can deliver.
Yeah.
Gods and Monsters was shown. We have no fucking idea what's going on in it. This released is February 25th, 2020.
Looked oddly like they were trying to kind of rip off Breath of the Wild to me. It had a very Breath of the Wild feel that was...
Yeah. It's being made by the people who did Assassin's Creed Odyssey as well.
Right.
The team behind that. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We saw new trailers and cinematics from that. John Bernthal and his doggo. AI squad mates are being added as well for solo play. Terminator crossover in this as well, because why fucking not? And the beta is coming September 5th, as well as a social platform, I guess, if you want to call it, called Delta Squad, that shows like how many missions you've been through. It sounded a lot like just like a companion app, honestly, or companion network, I guess is what I'll call it. That just relates to the game as to what's going on with you and your friends. Game looks amazing. Super pumped for this. I know you are. We've talked about this already on the podcast, so I'll move forward. Tom Clancy's Elite Squad was shown off, which is a new mobile game using many Tom Clancy IPs. Hey, it looked like mobile game. It's great.
Mobile game.
Roller Champions was shown off. You can try out the E3 demo now. until June 14th at 6 a.m. Pacific. It looks a lot like Rocket League. In fact, there's a lot of things around there that say Roller League, and then they had to call the game Roller Champions because I would assume they would have gotten sued. Don't really know fully how the game works. It didn't go into gameplay by any means. It kind of went into the basis that it's a fun party style online multiplayer game similar to that of like a Rocket League, where it seems simple, but it's hard to master. Looked basically like you go around in a circle like a roller derby. You can hit people, and then you have rings that you have to score shit. Yeah. So be interesting to see how that works. The Division 2 had a roadmap of the upcoming DLC that's coming to it. 3 different episodes, which is awesome. One at the National Zoo, one at the Pentagon, and one that takes place in New York City, Coney Island as well. They looked great. They looked fun. They looked cool. Division 2. Rainbow Six Siege. There was year 4 info that was given into Rainbow Six Siege, which is awesome. New characters, new guns.
They showed off the guy that looked like your dad if he was an assassin.
Correct. There's like an assassin mode within the game, which is kind of neat. And then to close it off, they showed off Uplay Plus, which is their new subscription service coming to PC and Stadia once Stadia launches. It'll have a library of 100 plus games and will cost $15 a month. And you'll also get added perks like being able to play games a couple days before they are launched at retail or on other platforms. So Uplay Plus, they're getting in, everyone's getting into their own shit. And getting into the streaming side of things. Obviously, Ubisoft worked with Stadia for the last couple of years with Google on the Stadia project, so there's no surprise here. And they're also making a Rainbow Six they're making a Division movie, which is interesting. And they showed off a TV show based on game devs, which that was interesting as well from the producer of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So interesting. For this, I'll give my highlights and then a grade, and then I'll let you do the same there, dude. Totally pumped for Watch Dogs Legion. Thought it was great. Thought it was really cool. They're changing it up. How it's not just in London, it's actually completely changing. Curious about Rainbow Six Quarantine. Super pumped for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Confused by Rollers Champions, but excited to play something like that. That might be a switch back and forth between that and Rocket League if they can kill it. And intrigued a little bit by Uplay Plus. Overall, I give Ubisoft probably about a B.
For me, the main highlight for me was Watch Dogs Legion. Without that, I think this all would have fell pretty flat. I think the way they're doing Legion and changing it up and just kind of evolving the series, which I've been a fan of the series anyway. The first one wasn't my favorite, obviously, but the second one I think really turned things around and did pretty good. But this one seems to be yet another step in the right direction, and I'm really excited for this game. The Ghost Recon Breakpoint, we didn't really learn anything new. Saw a new trailer, really, and that's about it. But, I mean, regardless, I'm still excited for this game. The Rainbow Six Quarantine, I'm interested to see what that is entirely. We didn't see a whole lot on it here. It was pretty brief. They just kind of told us what it's about. And then the Roller Champions, I think it looks neat. I want it to come to consoles, though.
Ooh, that's a bad word.
Neat?
Neat. That's neat.
That's pretty neat.
Or like you bring home a drawing from school and your mom's like, oh, that's neat. Oh, she fucking hates it.
I think it looks cool. I want to see what it is. But it's not really a game I would play on PC personally. I would rather sit down on the couch and play this on a console. But I'll probably check the demo out. I have a few more days to do so. But I think overall for me, I think this is going to fall at a C+, honestly. I think without Legion, I don't think there was enough there. We didn't learn anything really new about the Division. they spent a lot of time on it, but all they did was briefly outline what
each episode,
what it was going to be, and barely told us anything in that. And then Ghost Recon Breakpoint, we just saw a new trailer, a new cinematic, and I don't think it really changed anybody. I guess we learned about the beta coming.
But I mean, that's
again,
something that could have been done through a PR release.
I think the only thing with any substance here that I was actually really excited about was Watch Dogs Legion. So I think overall it was okay, but I think it was pretty average as far as a show goes.
Cool. All right, dude. Jump into Square Enix.
All right. So they started off with their heavy hitter, or one of their heavy hitters, I guess. Final Fantasy VII Remake. We saw a ton about this game. We saw new cinematics. We saw new gameplay. They told us that they're going to be splitting the game into 2 parts rather than the 3 that was previously thought. And part 1 launches on March 3rd, 2020. So that's really awesome. They showed off some really cool stuff in there. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. And we commented on the fact that they were fighting this boss for what seemed like forever. And that was even with jump cuts. And we were actually excited about that because it looked involved. It looked exciting. It looked like something we wanted to be playing, right? Then they showed off Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is getting a demo on June 27th. And the full game will release on July 12th. This has been a game that we've kind of been waiting on for a long time. It seems like forever ago this was announced. It probably wasn't forever ago. It just seems like it. But it was super. It looks so good. Basically, if you like the first one and just want improvements and things to be better, this is where it's at. And even if you haven't, I would absolutely check out the demo on June 27th.
Are you actually excited about this?
I am excited about it. I think it would be. So where I stand on it, I guess, I am excited about it. It is something I want to play, but I don't know if it's going to be something I pick up at release, just because there's a lot of other things coming out around that time for me personally that I am excited for, that I've been waiting a long time to play, and I'll dump time into those and probably pick this up a little later.
That makes sense.
But because this is a game you can sink a ton of time into, right? You know, building your city and things like that. So it's one of those games that you pretty much dump as much time into it as you want. And at that time, I'm going to be trying to burn through some other things. So maybe not the game for me during that time. I'll wait for a little bit of a lull on the Switch. What about you? Are you excited for it?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of the same as you. If there's other things that are in the way, they're probably going to take priority.
Comes out 2 weeks before the new Fire Emblem game, so that's probably not going to work for me. That's one I've been very adamant about being very excited for. So, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition, cool. It's coming to Switch. I think it was coming to everything pretty much, but they definitely have highlighted Switch in the past. Correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot to write that down in all honesty.
Nope.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting DLC, and it is called Remind. So there's that.
There's no audio during the trailer. It's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no audio.
I was so confused.
Just random text would pop up there.
I thought our audio went out.
I have no clue what exactly is going on.
Went full blown Kingdom Hearts. Like, I could not have went more Kingdom Hearts.
I am not a big Kingdom Hearts fan at all. So this is kind of one of those things like, hey, I know people love Kingdom Hearts, so good for you. But this did nothing for me, and the trailer was just bizarre. Oninaki, that was announced, so that's pretty cool. It looked neat. I don't know if it's something that really caught my attention too much, but The Last Remnant is being remastered, and that's coming. Sorry. I thought I had a note on it, and I looked over and I don't have a note. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is the War of Visions, which is going to be the next mobile game. They really pushed the fact that these two games are going to coincide with each other and kind of work together to shape what they have in store. Looks pretty cool. Never really played the first one. So, but hey, I might check out the second one. Outriders was announced, which looked pretty cool. It was like a cooperative. Looked like you could play online with buddies, and you just go through this fantasy space world of sorts.
Yep.
Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age S Definitive Edition. God, I hate these titles.
Good God.
It is coming to the Switch this fall, which looks incredible and allows you to play two different. I am completely losing my mind. We've been at it for a while now. No, two different visual styles. They let you play old school
classic and fuck me, classic and yes, and now the remastered definitive edition
makes it look like it was either.
They have shown so fucking much of this game, dude. In the last couple months, and then E3, like 3 different fucking people have shown this thing at their E3 thing.
Yep,
they're killing it.
But yeah, the one lets you kind of play like it's a old GBA game, a Game Boy Advanced, and the other one's the modern Switch, PlayStation, Xbox visuals, or not Xbox. Sorry, Xbox. Romancing Saga and Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions are being remastered and brought to the Switch.
There's that.
Or not to the Switch, sorry, just being released. Sorry. I am losing my mind. We've been at this for a couple of days now.
Yeah, it's been a little wild here.
It's been a little wild. Final Fantasy VIII is being remastered. So I know a lot of people were excited about that, and it was kind of in like a licensing hell. And that's why it took so long, but it is coming.
And now 9 will be remastered, and then 10.
10's already been remastered. 9 has already been remastered.
They'll remaster it again, bro.
yeah, they will. Circuit Superstars 20 is coming out in 2020. This was kind of Square Enix's. They choose like one indie game a year that they really kind of take under their wing, and this was the game they chose. This was a family that is huge into racing and huge into collecting cars and things, and it was kind of it almost reminded me of like it was a top-down racing game that you had to choose when to pit and when to change tires and things. Like it was almost a simulator of sorts with racing elements, and looked pretty neat. Final Fantasy 14, the new DLC that is coming, Stormbreaker, I believe. I forgot to write down the name. Mm-hmm. We got a new launch trailer for this, which looked incredible, showed off a lot of what they're wanting to do with this expansion. They announced that they're actually wanting to treat this more like a standalone game. I mean, you will still have to have the other game, but it'll definitely be almost separate from what you have currently. It will add new jobs and new races, which is cool. I think it was 2 new races. And this is releasing on July 2nd, 2020 or 2019. It's definitely coming 2019. I have no clue what the hell happened. I just apparently lost it when I was writing Square Enix late last night.
No, just keep going. Keep going. Keep reading. Go.
Just keep going. So Marvel's Avengers was the final thing that they came out with.
Holy shit.
This is fantastic. This is going to launch on May 15th, 2020.
You're damn right.
It has PlayStation exclusives, which is unfortunate. But it did have some redeeming qualities in the fact that all new characters and story that they plan to add in the future are going to be free, which is awesome. And I have no clue how they're going to support this model going forward, but hey, that's not for me to be concerned about. But it looks awesome, man. They did a lot of cool things. They showed off. It was pretty much all cinematic from what it looked like. There was a part in that trailer that could have been gameplay where they showed, Hulk jumping over that bridge and picking up the tank and kicking that guy. That could have been gameplay. We don't really know. But for the most part, I assume everything was cinematic of some sort, and it looks absolutely amazing. And Marvel let them kind of do what they wanted with this game and do, a different a different Thor. He looks different than, you know, he does in the MCU. It's all new voice actors. It's nobody from the MCU, which is, I mean, fair enough, right? But they showed off a decent chunk of stuff to come in this game, and kind of what the whole storyline is and what they're going for, and looks wonderful. I can't wait to play this game.
Awesome. Cool. What are your highlights and the grade that you give this?
My highlight was Final Fantasy VII, Marvel's Avengers, and the Final Fantasy 14, because that's been something I've been playing lately. So I'm excited to see what's in store for that game. Overall, I think I'd probably give this a B. I think it was a good showing. I think they showed off some good stuff. They started with something to get everybody hyped, and then kind of worked their way through some of the slower things. And then by the end, they got everybody rehyped again. And I think it was a pretty good showing, especially from Square Enix, who doesn't normally do something of this style. I mean, last year it was like a direct, basically. So pretty cool.
Cool. For me, Final Fantasy VII, Circuit Superstars, and Marvel. Avengers were my three highlights. And if I have to take away the fact that some of these games that they show off, I don't really care for that much.
Yeah. Well, it was Square, so what'd you expect?
Exclude that. And I'd probably say they probably rocked it with a solid B+. Cool. Nintendo. Awesome. Cool. All right. So Nintendo showed off a lot. So let's get through this. They started off with showing off that Dragon Quest, the hero character, is coming to Smash, and the skins will be included of heroes from the other games in the series. And that'll be coming this summer to Super Smash, which is awesome, because that's great. Keep people in there, and a good addition. We got another look at Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition coming to the Switch. Because if you haven't had enough of that fucking game already, we got to look at it again. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3 showing the new mechanics, various things such as aggressively beating the shit out of ghosts and other things, a co-op mode, an online mode, and that releases sometime this year, 2019, which is very odd, as Brody had pointed out, because he's like, why not just tell us? Because there's literally there's 5 months left in the year.
Yeah, we're halfway through the year. Just go ahead and give us a rough time here. Give us a month at least.
Oh, hey, that's because it's probably going to get in 2020. The Dark Crystal is getting a turn-based strategy game, and something with Netflix too, like a show. I don't know. There was what appeared to be a chode puppet that was speaking to all of us, and the game just did not look that great, to be honest with you. And I was so fucking confused.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Extremely confused. Link's Awakening was shown. Gameplay was shown. Showed that you can make custom dungeons and use them. You get it looks like you get a tablet when you beat other dungeons or other maps, and you can put those together in a dungeon maker and actually go into that dungeon and play it yourself, which is super cool. I take away all my things I said about the chibi style. I think when they originally showed it off, I was a little worried because of just how glossy everything was and some certain things.
A little worried. You went on a whole fucking rant.
I did go on a whole rant. I will agree to that. I definitely went on a rant. I was so fucking scared, bro. But after seeing this, it is beautiful. It looks great. And it's not like they did like a job like they've done with Yoshi. Like, I would love a Yoshi game that's not like, themed after some weird crafts or paper or weird shit like that. I guess I was worried that they're going to turn this into something similar to that, and it ended up actually just being something that's just beautiful looking. They showed Trials of Mana, which is releasing early 2020 for Switch, and the collection of Mana. Oh, go ahead. What?
Sorry, did you say the release date for Link's
Awakening? Oh, no, I didn't. Link's Awakening releases September 20th, 2019. Definitely. I also didn't even No, I did. Okay, we're good. Anyways, the collection of Mana was shown off, and that's available now on the Nintendo eShop, and that brings 3 games and the third one outside of Japan for the first time together ever. The Witcher 3 is coming to the Switch. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm
crazy.
See how that runs. Cool. Fire Emblem Three Houses got a new trailer, and it's still coming July 26th, 2019, or as Brody thinks it is. Resident Evil 5 and 6 are also apparently coming to the Switch. They showed that off in a really weird video. No More Heroes 3 is coming in 2020. They showed a Contra Rogue Core game that was fucking awful looking.
It looked terrible.
It was so terrible. And I get it. They said not final graphics, but bro, that shit looked bad.
If that's not final graphics, you shouldn't be showing it off because it looked bad. It did not make me want to look into that game any further.
Yeah, no, it looked very bad. That's coming September 24th, 2020. A Contra collection is available on the eShop starting today, which is awesome. And Damon Ex Machina got shown off as well, and that's coming on September 13th, 2019. They just showed a lot of gameplay, a lot of fighting that was all over the place, which is crazy stuff. A Panzer Dragoon remake was announced, which was very interesting to me. I never thought I'd see that come back. Not that it didn't deserve it, but just very weird to me. Yeah. Pokemon Sword and Shield is playable at E3, and they're showing the new gym leader Nessa. And the Pokeball Plus apparently can be used with the games in some ways. It can't be used as a controller, which I thought is kind of shit. You know, I mean, you just bought it, you get it for Let's Go, and now you can't use it for this one. You can, from what it seems like, it is a Tamagotchi. You can put your Pokemon into it, carry it, it tracks your steps, and then something happens to your Pokemon. Like it probably levels up or it is happy. Something like that. I don't know. That's what it was alluded to, though. The game looks gorgeous. Super excited for it. And the release date still stays the same. Astral Chain gameplay was shown. Kind of interesting to me. Not fully. I mean, I get it in some essences. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit of Pokemon and then a little bit of Titanfall almost. And then a little bit of like,
I get heavy Bayonetta vibes, which it's from Platinum Games, so
yeah,
that makes sense. But
yeah, that does. I mean,
it does have its own.
It's not tickling my fancy right now.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it. I think it looks awesome.
Oh, okay. That's releasing August 30th, 2019. So that's pretty close. Empire of Sin is coming spring 2020, and that's a mafia style game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 gameplay was shown. That's coming July 19th, 2019. They showed off the expansion pass content a little bit for that one. Cadence of Hyrule. This is the beat, or I guess, what do you want to call it? Like you have to keep to the beat while you're fighting. It's the Necrodancer game. Right. And it releases June 13th, 2019, and you can play as Link and Zelda in the game, which is freaking awesome. There's an Olympic game coming back. No one is safe. Hell has thawed. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games is coming in November. Skateboarding is being added to that. Rock climbing, new sports, and I'm sure the game will live to its mediocre standards. Animal Crossing New Horizons was shown off gameplay, but it's been pushed back to March 2020. March 20th. 2020. What the fuck? What the hell? They say they got to make it better. The internet demands more. What's new? There was a sizzle reel that played after showing the Animal Crossing that showed a ton of games. Also, they just kind of threw Spyro in there. The Spyro Reignited trilogy will come out September 3rd, 2019 on the Switch, and it just kind of started with that, which is cool.
Like, here's this.
Here you go, bro.
It's not a major thing or anything.
So that's awesome. Hollow Knight Silk Song will be coming soon. Ni no Kuni Remastered will be coming September 20th, 2019 to the Switch. Immediately picking that up. I'm so fucking pumped for that. Minecraft Dungeons will be coming in spring 2020 to the Switch. Elder Scrolls Blades will be coming in fall 2019. My Friend Pedro will be coming June 20th, 2019. Doom Eternal is apparently coming to the Switch. So don't know how that's going to run either, but whatever. The Sinking City will be coming fall 2019. Wolfenstein Young Blood will be coming July 26th, 2019. Dead by Daylight will be coming September 24th, 2019. Alien Isolation will be coming sometime in 2019. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles will be coming winter 2019. Dragon Quest Builders 2 will be coming July 12th, 2019 to the Switch. Stranger Things 3 will be coming July 4th, 2019. Just Dance 2020. Holy fucking shit. November 5th, 2019. Catan, Settlers of Catan. You heard that right. The board game where every family fucking hates each other in the night. June 20th, 2019. Enjoy that. Your family is now gone. They're all dead to you. Super Lucky's Tale will be coming fall 2019. Dauntless will be coming late 2019. It is scaring the fuck out of Brody because that hardly runs on his Xbox. So how could it fucking run on his Switch? You tell me. And Super Mario Maker 2 will be coming June 28th, 2019 to the Switch. And we have 2 pieces left, which is Banjo fucking Kazooie is coming to Super Smash. Finally. Thank God. I am so excited for this. They trolled us in the video just like they always fucking want to. They got me. They won my heart. They fucking lost me. Then they fucking won my heart again. And I love them for it. Banjo-Kazooie, dude, is going to be so fucking awesome in Super Smash. I'm so pumped. So pumped for this.
And he's coming this fall. I don't know if you said that. So.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But yes, he's coming this fall.
Yeah, he looks awesome. Can't wait.
They look awesome.
They look awesome.
Come on, bro. It's 2019.
The animations for how they how Banjo uses Kazooie, and that is hysterical.
It's completely
it like squeezes his neck and like,
smashes him over people and shit. The biggest piece of news from this is that a sequel to Breath of the Wild is currently in development.
Woo!
No idea how long it's going to take. My guess is it won't even come out next year. It'll be the year after. It's probably 2021.
Probably. You're probably right. Oh, hey, by the way, no Mario Kart Double Dash. So
shut the fuck
you, Jeff.
Listen here, boy. Hold on. Tonight, I cry. Tonight, I cry, folks.
Tonight, I cry.
Tonight, I have to change my pillow sheet twice in the night. Oh, God. I hope they fucking come with a new Mario Kart soon. The problem is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sells too much. Quit fucking buying it, people. Quit buying the same fucking game. Let them make a new one. Fuck's the matter with you? Jesus. All right. I'll go through my highlights and my grade real quick on this. Cool. So Luigi's Mansion 3, totally pumped for that. Link's Awakening, I am happy about it now. I'm cool with it. I trust them. Witcher 3, cool. Don't know how it's gonna fucking run. Resident Evil 5 and 6, it's cool. Kind of interested in how they run though. They don't look like they're running too well on the Switch, but whatever. Totally surprised by the Panzer Dragoon remake. Pokemon Sword and Shield looks epic as ever, like usual. Cadence of Hyrule, I am interested in that. However, I know that I'll get super fucking pissed off with having to stay on beat. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games proves that there's still a hell. Animal Crossing, I'm excited for, but also annoyed that there's that it got pushed back to March 2020. But whatever, they're just gonna make it better. Excited that Spyro is coming to the Switch. Super stoked that Ni no Kuni is coming to the Switch. You need to get Ni no Kuni for the Switch.
Are you talking specifically to me?
Yes.
Or are you talking to our listeners?
I'm talking to everybody.
Okay.
I
will pick it up
move.
because that is your recommendation. I picked up the second one. Haven't played it yet. I'm pretty sure it's still in the shrink wrap, but hey.
Wow. Unbelievable. Doom Eternal. I'm just pumped for that game in general. I don't give a shit that's on the Switch. I'm just pumped for it. I'm probably gonna get on my Xbox. Because I don't want it to look like I'm fucking hitting people and they're made of fucking spaghetti on the Switch. I want to see blood. Dragon Quest Builders 2. I'm excited for that on Switch. Looks awesome. Dauntless. I'm excited to check that out on my Switch. Heard you and a couple of our friends talk about it quite a fair bit. I'm excited for Super Mario Maker 2. Banjo-Kazooie is fucking incredible. And the sequel to the Breath of the Wild has me hyped up. Overall, I give Nintendo an A.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What are your highlights and grade?
I am excited for the Dragon Quest Hero coming to Smash because I love Smash, and anything that is added to Smash I will love. Because
He's a simple man.
Yeah, I'm a basic Nintendo bitch. Luigi's Mansion 3 looks awesome. Link's Awakening, absolutely could not be more excited for this game. The Witcher 3, excited but concerned. I don't know how that will run, but hey.
Don't worry, it's definitive.
Right. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, still pumped for the game. Trailer didn't do anything more or less for me, so okay. The Pokemon Sword and Shield didn't really add anything new to all of this, but it did look great again, and I'm excited to see what people say from playing it at E3. Astral Chain. I am excited for this game. It looks great. I'm going to wait for reviews on this one because I don't know. It looked a little fuzzy in what they showed us, unfortunately. Cadence of Hyrule. Stoked for that game, especially since it comes out in a day, which is fantastic and sooner than what we expected. Spyro coming on September 3rd. I've been waiting out for this to come to the Switch. I haven't played it yet, so this is awesome.
Not going to play it until September 3rd.
Goddamn right. Ni no Kuni Remastered. Yeah, I'm going to pick this up on your recommendation, and if I hate it, I'm going to blame it on you.
That's all right.
My friend Pedro, which was one of our early indie radar games. I'm stoked for that game. It looks awesome. Sorry. Dauntless, if it runs well, I'd be excited, but I'm not getting my hopes up on that one. Banjo-Kazooie coming to Smash again. The fact that it's Banjo is just even better, but I would have been excited regardless of who they announced probably. But this is, I mean, Banjo-Kazooie actually finally making it into the game after fans have been asking for it for forever is just incredible and fantastic. And the sequel of Breath of the Wild 2, or the sequel to Breath of the Wild, sorry. Yeah, I'm ridiculously excited for this. It looks like they're going much, much darker than what they did on Breath of the Wild. So I'm kind of hoping this is similar to like what Majora's Mask was to Ocarina of Time. I like the dark and gritty Zelda more than I do regular Zelda, but I still like regular Zelda too. So this is absolutely amazing, and I could not be more excited if I tried.
What's your grade?
Absolutely an A. 100%.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
So for the whole for the show as a whole, before I close it out, I just want to give our 2 grades for it. I think for me, I think the winner of E3, I fucking hate the whole winner thing, but anyways, the one who I thought had really cool shit, Nintendo, I think was the one that walked away with the trophy if there was one.
Same.
And then I think it was Xbox, and then others follow suit. Overall, I give this show probably a B+. Nothing crazy, but I wasn't expecting insane show. I mean, the people out there have been complaining about things for the last couple of days and being negative Nellies, keeping it clean. Negative fucking Nellies. About E3 2019. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Like, you realize this is almost the end of a generation. Quit fucking complaining, people out there on the internet.
I don't know what people expect.
I don't get it. And I'm not saying fans complaining, just like decently sized YouTube channels out there keep bitching about stuff, and I don't understand why. This is almost the end of a generation. We're in the time where we can't show too much, but we can't show too little. Next year's going to be fucking wild. I'm excited for it. And I thought this was an okay year. For the fact that Sony's not in it, this is a pretty good year.
Yeah. Yeah, without one of your major heavy hitters there, I think it was a fantastic year. I mean, I don't know. I don't really feel like I missed much by not having Sony there. I think it was still a solid year. I also give it a B for the year, and I also would give Nintendo the trophy. I think everybody stood on their own pretty well. Even Bethesda, which was the one I fully expected to hate, in all honesty, just because the last year has been such a shit show for them, right? But to see them come out and do what they did, even with the fucking battle royale mode that doesn't need to be there, I think overall, I think everybody did well. I would have, like you said, Nintendo would have probably taken the show for me, with Xbox following suit, and then probably Square would be my third, honestly.
Okay.
But
I'm probably right there with you.
And then I would say Bethesda and then Ubisoft. Honestly, that would have been the order I probably would have given them. But
right.
And we didn't cover the gaming show, or the PC gaming show, just because time restraints with trying to stay live for everybody else and things like that. But yeah, I think overall this was a solid E3. I don't know why people are complaining, because what do you expect? We're getting ready to go into the next generation, but also not quite close enough for, everything to be let out and everything to be shown. So we're in this awkward like transition period. And to me, I think this exceeded what I expected. I think it exceeded my expectations. And overall, there's a lot of good games to be excited about.
Damn. Right on. Well, guys, if you want to support us, you can by going to patreon.com/Diggity podcast. We'd be grateful for that. And if you want to support us another way, you can head on over to audibletrial.com/Diggity, Diggity, to get your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial on us. Get access to a ton of audiobooks for your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or your MP3 player. So head on over to audibletrial.com/Diggity. Get that free trial, get that free audiobook, and support the show. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Diggity. Head on over to our YouTube channel also to watch any of these E3 conferences along with our commentary with them. You can find me on Xbox One. My gamer tag is Maple Chef. Brody?
Luscious Brody on Xbox, and Wolverine's cousin on PlayStation.
God. Guys,
I do it just for you at this point.
Leave us a review, guys. This helps a ton. Two ways. One, when you leave a review for us, whether it's on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you listen to for the audio version of the podcast, helps us get noticed more on those platforms and lets people know about the podcast. And it also gives us feedback to make the audio podcast better each and every single week. And on the video version of the podcast, when you head on over to YouTube, any of our YouTube videos, when you leave a comment, we see every single one. And when you leave a comment, also, you can leave some great feedback in there so that we can make our videos better each and every single time for you, so that you can watch more and more of them and we can do a better job of what we need to do. And until next time, guys, we will see you for the Friday show. See ya.